So I'm here with Christine Hofmann. Christine, where are you from first?
Hi, I'm from the ILO, the International Labour Organization, and I work in the Skills and Employability Department.
And the ILO is just about to publish a report on skills for green jobs. Could you give us an idea of what the main conclusions of that report are? Because I think they're really quite important for greening the economy and the skills needs.
I think one of the main conclusions relating to what kind of skills responses countries need to develop is about the cross-sectoral nature of the response, because singular sectors will not be able to tackle all environmental challenges that arise. So we have identified a number of very interesting bottom-up approaches that we think policy can support from above, like business associations that have created green plumbing initiatives, for example. And we have also identified very interesting approaches between many different stakeholders. So if training institutes work together with business associations, with individual companies, and then also with the public sector. These types of skills responses we have found are most effective.
Was there anything in the report that particularly surprised you? Did it come out with anything that you set out with a set of assumptions about what green skills are going to look like? Was there anything really surprising?
Well, I think one of the surprising findings for me was that, well, first of all, businesses are the first to identify the new skills. So the question of how well training systems react to these skills changes really depends on how well businesses are incorporated into the training system. And another interesting aspect, I think, is that for some newly emerging professions like carbon consulting, you can see international professional associations develop. And I think that's an interesting international dimension to these new skills needs arising.
Everybody tends to think in terms of green skills being about new economies, about things coming directly related to carbon transition. But I think you found there's an awful lot that needs to be done in existing industries as well. Is that true? And if that's the case, do those industries recognise the need to make that transition? Is there enough understanding in that sort of industrial base that they themselves need to be investing in new skills to be able to be competitive in the future?
Well, I think the landscape is very, very broad, so you have sectors that are more aware of it and others that are less so. We've identified 4 major drivers of change, with technology, policy being the main ones, markets, for example, in renewables that already drive the change, plus consumers themselves. Well, and environmental change itself. So if resources become scarcer, business has to adapt. So it really depends very much on the sector, the specific country context of how pressing the need for businesses is to implement change.
You need those sort of drivers, really. Those things need to come together, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for that, Christine. We'll post links to the report when it's published on our site. And I think you said the European Census of Green Skills is already available. Is that right?
Yes, it's a project that we implemented jointly with CEDEFOP, the European Centre for the Development of Vocational Training, and they've produced the European Census report that is already out there. The global one, covering 21 countries, will be available in a couple of weeks.
We'll make sure that's available on ESF-Works. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.